Well, with the NFL stinking up the joint with the halftime show, it being considered one of, if not the worst halftime show in the NFL history, and with Turning Point USA, regardless of where you feel about them, I'm not, like I said, whether you're liberal, conservative, whatever, that's your, whatever you believe in, that's your business. I'm not going to judge or criticize you or argue with you about it. I'm not a political expert myself, but that's the trouble, is that the NFL has to insert politics, just like the majority of the entertainment industry is doing so these days. And I think it's not just, the conservatives, it's not just moderate leftists. I think that a majority of people are just getting fed up with it in general. Not just, you know, and again, politics is not my expertise. And all I can say is I'm not here to, tell you what to think or what to believe in. Okay, that's your right, that's your freedom, that's your choice, and again, that's your business. So, but I do think, though, with Turning Point USA doing the numbers that they did, and ironically enough, this morning, before the game itself, the WWE Vault uploaded the classic match, the classic empty arena match they did back in the Superbowl halftime show in 1999 between Mick Foley, Mankind, and The Rock, for the WWE title, that empty arena match, which, gotta say, was a lot of fun. And you gotta remember, that was a very highly rated program. That drew 6.6, on the ratings, on the Nielsen ratings back then. So, now I'm not saying the WWE could do that again, because that's when the WWE was at their peak in popularity. That's when, wrestling as a whole was at its peak in popularity. And I don't, so, but I do think that this does open a lot of new doors, if the NFL continues to go down the wrong road, if they continue to stink up the joint like this, I'm sure this will inspire a lot of independent and major entertainers to do, their own program, their own, form of entertainment. And I say, go for it. Why not? What an opportunity this provides, I think, Because remember, if Turning Point USA can draw close to 6 million viewers, if the WWE back in its heyday could draw over 6 million, roughly, give or take, to watch their program, I think other entertainers out there, I think this is your, this is a golden opportunity to shine, I think, regarding the, future halftime shows. And if the NFL continues to stink up the joint like this, I say, go for it. If you can't, if you want the job done right, you got to do it yourself, as the old saying goes. So I say, why not? Because, like I said, the game itself was just not a very good game overall, as I said in my previous video. And I didn't watch the halftime show, had no interest, So all I can say is that I think this opens up a lot of doors for, people in the gaming industry, music industry, independent film industry especially, or whatever, however you entertain people, especially online and especially here on YouTube and other streaming services. I just think that, this is a golden opportunity, to make a name for yourself. This is a golden opportunity because people are looking for something new. They're looking for something different and exciting. They're tired of the wokeness. They're tired of the politics. They're tired of just the agendas and the message. We just want to be entertained. We just want to be distracted. A majority of us do anyways. Not saying everybody. But I just think a majority of people are just getting fed up with it in general. So those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. Like I said, I have no opinion on the halftime show, but from what I heard, I haven't heard anything good about it. So, but I just say, for future entertainers out there, this is your chance. This is your moment. I say, hopefully, come Super Bowl next year, or any similar event like this, I say, go for it. Carve your own path, and do the best you can do. All right? Peace, everyone.